Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Computer Classes by Rachna. Today, we will talk about Excel. Microsoft Excel is a part of Microsoft Office package. It is one of the applications which is used for tabular format of data, and we can analyze that data and we can apply various formulas and functions to the data. So as you can see, this is an Excel sheet on the screen, and this is called as a Excel workbook. Within this workbook, the first sheet that you are seeing is a sheet about the students, where we have the roll numbers, name, course, and marks in all the subjects. Along with that, we have calculated the total and the average. So we will be doing this same sheet creation, but before we move to that, we should know what is an Excel workbook and what are Excel sheets. So this entire set, which is named as Excel example 1 underscore formula function, is an Excel workbook, and this Excel workbook have various sheets. Can you see sheet 1, sheet 2? So this sheet 1 is one of the worksheets of the Excel workbook, and then if I click on sheet 2, it will show you the sheet 2. So in the sheet 2, I have copied the same data for roll number, the names of the students, the course of the students, the marks in subjects like Hindi, English, Maths, SST, and General Science. So this is the data only which is given to us. And talking about the rows and columns, the columns are always in the form of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Can you see that? So if I focus on the columns, you can see this is column A, this is column B, this is column C, and so on. All right. And if I talk about rows, this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3, and so on. So the cell is an intersection of a row and column. So this cell is basically column F and row 7. So you can see this is the name box. In the name box, it is showing F7. F7 means column 7, column F and row 7. So this column names is always alphabetical, which is from A to Z. Then you will have AA to AZ. Can you see? So A to Z, and after A to Z, we start with AA, AB, AC. We can scroll to the right to show you more names. Can you see that? So AC, AD, AE, so on till AZ. After AZ, what will happen? It will give me BA, BB, BC, BD, BE, BF, so on till BZ. Then CA, CB, so on till ZA, ZB till ZZ. Do you understand? So this is how the number of columns can increase by changing the names of columns. After this, when we move to the extreme left, we have this data, and you can see the rows, endless number of rows we have, which is 1, 2, 38, 39. So it can go till thousands. I'll tell you the limit also, the latest limit for Excel rows and columns later on. But right now, the rows is also in thousands. So we can have 10 rows here. So row 1 is starting with the heading. So our actual data will start from row 2. And since there are 10 rows, it moves till row 11. All right. Now we are talking about what is the difference between the formula and function. So this is my simple data which you can see in the form of roll numbers, name, course, and the marks. So if I want to get total of these marks, I can add these marks. So adding these marks can be done in two ways. One is in the form of function and another is in the form of a formula. Now what's the difference between a function and a formula. The difference between the function and the formula is that a function will always have a name associated with it, and we always use that name to apply that function. Whereas formula is just a mathematical formula that we use, and we apply various mathematics operation in that. It could be plus, it could be minus, it could be multiply, it could be divide. So the basic difference between formula and function is that functions are always assigned some name, and we use the name of the function and we pass the values to be applied in that function. Whereas in formula, we use the values along with the mathematical operations like plus, minus, etc., and that we apply on our own. For example, if I want to add the total through the formula, I will add the marks of Hindi, English, Maths, SST and GSC. And whether it is a function or it is a formula, it will always start with equal to. And this is a formula bar. Whatever we apply will be shown in this formula bar. So right now, since I have selected the cell F7 and the value in F7 is 77, so in the name box it will show me F7. This is the name box, and here in the formula bar it will show me 77. So if I click on any other cell, let's say this, so this is H5, the name will change to H5 and the value is shown in the formula bar, which is 78. So now if I have to apply the formula here, so first of all I will extend the column width. This is how we extend the column width, and I give the name total. All right, and I'm calculating this total through formula, so I'm giving the name as total underscore formula. Can you see that? And if you want, you can make T capital for the first letter. So I will take total underscore formula. F also capital I'm taking. So now I will apply a formula. Whether it is a formula or a function, it has to be applied using equal to. So I gave the symbol equal to. Now what do I want? The first way to apply a formula is I select the value of the cells one by one and I apply the operation. For example, I want the total as marks in Hindi. So I click on the marks in Hindi. I clicked and then I have to press plus because I want the marks in Hindi. Plus, I select this cell, marks in English. So when I select the cell, can you see it is giving me E2 and it is giving me D2 for Hindi because this is column D, row 2. Then it is giving me column E, row 2. So I can either give the name of the column, name box में जो name आ रहा है, I can give that name, or I can select the value. So it is better to select the value directly. So I'm selecting the value. When I select these marks of maths, it will give me F2. I can also write down G2 for SST marks. So plus, now I'm pressing G and I'm pressing 2. All right. So it will select this. Can you see? And here, whether it is a capital letter or a small letter in G, it does not matter. It can have an uppercase letter or a lowercase letter, but it will mean G2, the cell for the marks of SST in the first row. All right. Now I select plus again and I select the marks in GSC. So the formula becomes equal to D2 plus E2 plus F2 plus G2 plus H2. And I press enter. And can you see the same formula is shown in the formula bar? The same formula is shown here also and here also. Now I press enter. When I press enter, can you see it's 403. So it's how we apply our formula. Again, I'm showing you. I'll press equal to. I will select the marks of Hindi. Now it is D3 cell. All right. Plus, I will select the marks in English. Now it's E3 cell. Plus, I will select the marks in maths. Plus, I will select the marks in SST. Again, I'll use plus and I'll select the marks in general science and enter. Right now, there are 10 rows, so it's not difficult for me to enter the formula 10 times. But what if there are numerous rows? When I talk about data, there are thousands of rows. So for thousands of rows, we should have entered the formula 1,000 times? No, we just have to drag the formula down. So when we drag and drop, this is how we drag and drop. All right. And can you see the entire formula gets copied? So when I click on this particular row, which is row 9, When I click on this formula, it will show me D10 plus E10 plus F10 plus G10 plus H10. And when I press on any other number, let's say this is F6, so it will give me F7. So like this is I7, sorry. So in I7, the formula is D7 plus E7 plus F7 plus G7 plus H7. Similarly, if I click on I4 or I5, it will give me D5 plus E5 plus F5 plus G5 plus H5. So this is the total that I have applied through the formula. So this is how we apply formulas in Excel. All right.